All right, here comes the rebellion. Rebellion Pack's got some new crushing ads on Kelly Loeffler in Georgia. I think you're going to love these. But it's also got two other awesome pieces of news, including kicking out Republicans from Congress. That's an effort that they're doing. And hello, somebody. We got an endorsement. So there's lots of great news, but let's get to the ads right away. So the first one's about minimum wage. I don't know if you guys know this. There's no reason you would know it, even if you lived in Georgia. The minimum wage in Georgia is actually $5.05. It is pathetic. Now, the 725 one kicks in because of the federal minimum wage, but that is still poverty wages. So now the reality is everywhere people want to raise the minimum wage to $15, and if Democrats gain control of the Senate, they will. So let's watch the first ad.
Billionaires keep whining about the taxes on their yacht, while the working man keeps on shoveling it. I work hard in Georgia. My family works hard, but we never get anywhere because the minimum wage is barely $5 per hour. Rich people like Kelly Loeffler don't get it. She doesn't know what it's like to work when you're sick, to dread checking the mail because you know there's another pile of bills you can't pay. If she gets into the Senate, it's going to be more of the same. Kickbacks for the rich while they screw the rest of us. That's why I'm voting for Reverend Warnick. He's one of us. Vote for working people. Vote Reverend Warnick on January 5th.
You will literally double the wages of thousands upon thousands of people in Georgia if you vote for the Democratic candidates in this case rather than Republican candidates. It's a unique situation because these two seats determine if the Republicans or the Democrats control Congress by themselves. These two seats. If the Democrats control Congress, it goes from $7.25 to $15 minimum wage. If they don't, the Republicans block it forever, and you cannot double the wages in Georgia for the folks making minimum wage. On that alone, this election should be a no-brainer. The minimum wage, when it's a ballot issue by itself, wins in spectacular numbers. It won by 22 points in Florida as Joe Biden lost Florida by 3 points. It got 62% of the vote in Missouri. It got 68% of the vote in Arkansas. So rebellionpack.com/join. You help run that ad in Georgia, and there's an excellent chance we could win those races and actually get people the wages that they deserve, not just in Georgia, but actually all across the country. That's why Georgia is on all of our minds. So that issue alone should decide this election. Now, but they're not done yet. So now here's an ad pointing at Kelly Loeffler's corruption in stark terms. On the Young Turks, we always talk about legalized bribes. Those are campaign contributions to politicians. Kelly Loeffler gave a lot of them. That's how she got her seat in the first place. And others are not willing to call it what it is, but Rebellion Pack is. So watch this next ad.
While the rest of us suffered through coronavirus, Kelly Loeffler and her banker husband made over $18 million in trades to profit off the pandemic.
Kelly Loeffler sold off hundreds of thousands of dollars in stocks starting in late January.
How did she get that information? She's a senator, and the elites always cash in first. And how did she get that job anyway? She didn't win an election. She gave $2 million in bribes to politicians to get her Senate seat.
Loeffler has been a very active donor to Republicans.
So I guess she wanted to make her money back. This time, instead of going with a criminal, why don't we elect a reverend so we can finally get someone we trust in office?
Rebellionpack.com/join. That's how we roll. So Democrats are never going to make ads like that because they're like, well, you know, it's unfortunate because campaign contributions, because of our beloved, cherished colleagues who also take them, we don't want to call them bribes. Rebellion Pack has no problem with that. They are bribes. They're legalized bribes, and you should call them as such. And I'm super curious whether they'll allow that ad to run in Georgia, given that, the word bribes and criminal. But if the shoe fits, they should wear it, and they shouldn't do censorship to protect politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats. So by all means, let's run those ads ad nauseum so we can run strong ads in that race that we desperately need to win. There's also ads against David Perdue that are coming up next in the Ossoff race. So rebellionpack.com/join. Make those ads possible. Every dollar helps to push out those ads more to the electorate in Georgia before the election. Okay, now the other good news from Rebellion Pack is this is a one-of-a-kind thing. I have never heard of it before, but here it comes. A preemptive endorsement of Nina Turner. So Nina Turner has filed a run for Congress according to documents that are public now, but she has not formally announced her candidacy. But even before she formally announces, we'd like to say, hello, somebody. So Rebellion Pack now endorsing Nina Turner preemptively, the first folks to endorse her. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get a progressive legend in Congress. Imagine a world where Donald Trump is not in office, but Nina Turner is. Okay, so if you want to help Nina on your own too, ninaturner.com/hello. So that already exists. Go for it. Let's get this done. This is, you know what this is? Progressives working together to bring you guys change. That's why I'm here for it, and I love it. Last fun campaign from Rebellion Pack. And we'll talk about this more on the live show today at the Young Turks, 6 o'clock Eastern, every night. 5:30 is the interviews, 6 o'clock Eastern is when we go live, tyt.com/live. Anna and I will cover this petition story I'm about to tell you in greater detail then. And tonight we have a special on Georgia elections with Ben Dixon, John Iderl, and Ida Rodriguez, and myself. We'll show you more of those Georgia ads, talk more about the Georgia context. That's all tonight. Tomorrow night, by the way, at the very top of the show at 6 o'clock, do not miss it. Special guest that you're going to love. Anyway, the petition that we'll give you more information about later today is enforcethefourteenth.com. What is that? Well, that we took Bill Pascrell's suggestion. He's a longtime Democratic congressman from New Jersey. Actually, in the old days when we were a radio show, Bill used to come on the Young Turks all the time, okay? Now, he's not necessarily the most progressive guy, but he's one of the biggest fighters that Democrats have, and I really, really appreciate that. So he made a point over the weekend saying, hey, why are we going to seat these 126 seditious Republicans who say we should throw out the election results in these 4 states, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin? And I thought on top, well, if you think that the election is fraudulent, well, why would we seat you? You just told us your own election was a fraud. Well, then no, you don't get to have your seat. Now, we don't think it was fraudulent, so we'll sit everyone else. But you said it's fraudulent, so I'm taking your word at it. You're dismissed. The Speaker of the House does have that power. She should send them back home. So to make a point. So that's why Rebellion Pack jumps in, goes, all right, I'll do a petition on that. Let's get this going. Enforcethefourteenth.com. That's what Bill Pascrell was talking about. The 14th Amendment says if you are trying to do basically an uprising against the United States of America and our democracy, you cannot go into Congress. You constitutionally cannot go into Congress. So enforcethefourteenth.com. Now, look, when I told you Rebellion Pack was going to come strong, this is what I'm talking about. So strength as far as the eye can see. Let's go make this happen. RebellionPack.com/join. You can see the Nina Turner endorsement at RebellionPack.com under press releases. You can see our videos under videos at RebellionPack.com. So let's get her done. I love this. Proceed from strength. See you soon.